You're staring at your phone. Footballer after footballer signing pro contracts. Football gurus telling you you're training wrong and you'll never make it. Your friends from real life enjoying themselves, having fun. And you're sat here alone. Your head's a mess. You're desperate to make it as a footballer, but you're mentally all over the place. And this is no way to live. It's no surprise you're like this because you've fallen victim to the social media era. If you continue living how you are, then you'll never make it. You'll be an outcast and your mind will never be clear. I know that sounds harsh, but this is arguably my most important video and I understand the problems that you've been facing. Not too long ago, I was in a rut, just like you. Constant scrolling, not training enough, playing badly. Something needed to change, but I did figure it out. And as a result, made my debut for a professional football team. Today, I'll be showing you exactly how you can get out of the rut, become successful, and get back to winning ways. Step 1, monk mode. To climb out of the trenches, you need a lot of effort. Look, you've all heard of monk mode before, and let me make this very clear. This isn't something that you're going to be doing forever. That's not sustainable. This is something that you need to do and you need to adopt your lifestyle to actually accelerate your football progress and leap past the competition who were previously better than you. It's essentially cutting out all the noise, focusing purely on yourself and your mission at hand. And for you, that mission is becoming a professional footballer. So think about what habits you have right now that makes it harder for you to become a professional footballer. It may be eating junk food all the time, it may be getting bad sleep, or it may be scrolling. You're gonna cut out all of these habits and replace them with 3 non-negotiables. And when I say non-negotiables, I seriously mean there's no reason that you can't do them. Whether you're tired, feeling demotivated, these are non-negotiables and they must be done. This is the level of discipline that you actually need to become a professional footballer. So here are the non-negotiables. First, eating clean. Junk food is completely killing your fitness on the pitch and your brain's ability to think on and off the pitch. So this is an absolute non-negotiable. Meals like pasta and rice should be consumed before football games or training to give you that energy you actually need on the pitch. And after games, you should be eating high protein meals with meat and fish in to actually boost your recovery and get your muscles to grow back bigger. Look, I know this is going to be hard for you if you're addicted to junk food and you're going to get these sugar cravings. So as a replacement for this, you need to use honey. You can put honey on porridge, yogurt. I have honey on my fried eggs, and this is effectively some natural sugar that is healthy for you and will also just calm down them sugar cravings. It's great on a meal or snack just before playing football or going out to training. This will not only improve your performance on the pitch due to your fitness improving, but as well as this, your mind will become clearer, you'll feel happier, and as a result, you'll be able to think better on the pitch and play better. Second is cutting out scrolling and replacing it with meditation. Look, I'm not telling you to completely delete social media. I understand that's a hard thing to do, but you need to understand that social media and scrolling is completely destroying your emotions and your ability to concentrate. You're scrolling through one video of a footballer signing a pro contract and you feel jealousy, and then a couple seconds later and you're seeing another video of a funny meme. This is completely deregulating you. You're feeling all these emotions at once, up and down, but you're not really able to process them. You're only actually feeling them for a few seconds before moving on to a new emotion. And effectively what this is doing is your brain is getting used to cheap hits of dopamine. You're just going up and down. And what this does is it makes it harder for you to actually do the hard tasks like actually training because you're just not used to it. And overall, here's the truth. Spending a lot of time on social media takes your attention away from your own journey. You start viewing other people's journey and becoming invested in things like this. Influencers, famous YouTubers. You watch this over and over again and you eventually don't even become the main character in your own journey. So it's very important that you delete things like this, Instagram, TikTok, and focus on yourself. Focus on your journey because that's the most important thing that matters. So your screen time shouldn't be anything longer than 2.5 hours a day. And just as a quick tip for this, I know I said it's best to delete Instagram, TikTok, all of these social medias, but if you actually don't want to because you feel like you're that addicted to it, or you want to speak to your friends or anything like this, I understand that. Just as a quick tip, just remove them from your home screen, right? Because a lot of the reason that you actually click on these apps is purely out of muscle memory, out of habit. You're not actually wanting to go on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever it is. Your brain is just literally clicking the same button. It's doing the same movement on your phone over and over again. And this effectively keeps you locked in. You just stay on your phone over and over again. So just remove them from your actual home screen, and from there you will find that you go on the apps a lot less. When you feel an urge to scroll, and especially before training or before a game, what I want you to do is a meditation. This will just calm your mind down. It will kind of reset your dopamine receptors, so then when you actually go into training, you'll be able to concentrate. It doesn't need to be anything crazy like an hour meditation, anything like that. It just needs to be 5 minutes of deep breathing with your eyes closed, and try to just hold your thought. Just be present in the moment. try to stop your mind from wandering, and this will have a massive effect on your performance on the pitch. And third is 8 hours of sleep. This is where so many footballers go wrong. They think they've done all the work by actually training, and yes, of course, that is an important task, but actually getting your sleep in is so key, because it's going to prevent injuries. And if you actually want to become a footballer, this is absolutely essential. If you get injured, you're missing training, you're missing days, you're missing weeks of games, and this is lost time. This is lost time that you cannot make up for, and you can't improve in those times that you're actually injured. So this is essential for staying injury free. And as a tip for this one, try to avoid spending any time in your bed unless it's for sleep. If your brain associates being in your bed with sleep, then you will naturally just fall asleep easier. And secondly, just get into bed earlier. If you listen to point 1 and you associate your bed with falling asleep, then if you get into bed earlier, you're going to naturally want to fall asleep earlier. Now, as a guideline with monk mode, like I said before, you don't want to be in this stage of your life forever and ever. It's purely just to get ahead of the competition. And what I found is if you try to do it forever, it will lead to a loss of love for football and a burnout. So I found that it's optimal, having done several of these monk modes myself, it's optimal to do 90 days. So stick to this for 3 months. Secondly, we have training. Look, it's no secret. If you want to become a pro footballer, then of course, you're going to need to train a lot. You should be touching a football at least 5 times a week. It doesn't have to be anything crazy like 3-hour sessions. You just need to make sure that you're getting loads of touches on the ball. Just focus on the basics. Practice your dribbling through using cones, aerial control through kick-ups, and passing via wall passes. Doing this will skyrocket your performances on the pitch. I know it did for me. I used to be so bad at football to now turning up every single match day, excited to play, balling out, and just being myself on the pitch. Just touch a football 5 times a week. Honestly, it's crazy to me how much people complicate football. Of course, there's going to be things that you personally don't know that I know, for example. However, if you just get thousands of touches on the football, of course you're going to improve a lot. This brings me on to point 3, and it's something that I wish I did a whole lot earlier. It's treating football like a career. People invest in university, school, private education, private tutoring to get the best results, and this makes total sense. You invest in your education and you get the best results. And it's the exact same in football. To truly annihilate the competition, get yourself out of this rut, and eventually sign for a professional academy, you need to invest. People invest in sweets, takeaway pizzas, but are scared to invest in their own dream, which is totally crazy to me. It's no secret that you've been doing something wrong. Otherwise, you'd already be in a pro academy. So you can keep guessing, searching the internet on how to sign pro, or you could invest in the entire system that takes players like yourself from a low level of football to a professional academy. This system covers everything, not only just training, but mapping out an entire lifestyle that you need to make it, from mentality to constant motivation, to strength work, to diet, to recovery. Everything is covered. And this system is so bulletproof that if you at least don't become the best player on your team within 90 days, then I will happily refund you. The reason for this is I know the system works. For that reason, my program, the Pro Player Pathway, will be linked in the description. It's a one-time fee. Invest today, follow my teachings, and your success will be inevitable. Or you get a refund, so it's risk-free. Step 4 is playing 1 match per week. This sounds obvious, but a lot of young footballers spend all their time rotting away on the bench or just training alone. The truth is, to really reach your potential as a footballer, you need to be playing. This is how you're going to put your practice onto the pitch for scouts and academies to actually judge you and see if you're worth signing. So there's no point either sitting on the bench, rotting away, or just playing on your own. Because how on earth is an academy scout actually going to want to sign you if he's not watching you play in a real game? So if you're currently a bench warmer like I was, I would recommend that you speak to your coach, make a decision as soon as you possibly can, and leave that team to search for minutes elsewhere. Or if you're just a player right now who doesn't have a local team that you're playing for, search up local teams on the internet. I promise you, especially if you live in a Western country like England or America, for example, trust me, there are hundreds of millions of teams. You will be able to find a local team to you. You just have to go out of your way to actually search for it. And if you're a young footballer, ask your parents to help you with this, because I'm sure they'd be happy to help. Step 5 is a slightly different one. It's to make a promise to yourself, something to tip you over the edge, to actually ensure that you stay committed to this grind. For me, I said the words aloud. For the next 90 days, I'm going to work as hard as I can. I'm going to recover like a pro. I'm going to eat super clean, and I'm going to do all my extra sessions. By the way, don't say this to anyone else, because this can become a validation trap where you effectively tell someone you're going to do something, they congratulate you before you've even done it, and you effectively lose all motivation to actually commit to this course. Just say what you're going to do, and once you've said it, you actually have to do it, because if you don't, then I'm sorry to say, but you are a liar. This may sound harsh, I understand, but it will tip you over the edge to ensure that this grind is a successful one. So now I want to leave you with the next steps. Your first steps that you should take after watching this video is to grab a pen and paper and organize exactly how you're going to tackle this grind. Your monk mode non-negotiables and the habits that you're going to cut out, when you're going to train, your promise, and everything else that I've covered today. Then I want you to create a date to start and finish. Putting a time frame on this will really help you take it seriously. And remember, it should be 90 days long. And then once you've done all that, I want you to click the first link in the description and go and get the Pro Player Pathway. This is going to really help you set out on the right foot so you know exactly how to live during your grind. Or at the very least, you can go and watch the free training by also clicking the first link in the description. So with that being said, good luck, and I'll see you in the next one.